child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
Differential Response is a statewide early intervention initiative designed to keep children safe in their homes and out of the child welfare system. In Monterey County, we call it Pathways to Safety. The initiative is based on a couple of core beliefs: that families can resolve issues more successfully when they voluntarily engage in services, supports, and solutions, and that children are safer and families stronger when communities work together.
I'm Larry Mwali, and I've been working with Pathways to Safety since the beginning. And what I find so rewarding about Pathways to Safety is that it offers a whole new way of responding to calls of concern that come into the child welfare system.
A referral to Pathways to Safety begins with a call to Family and Children's Services. The majority of these calls are not reports from individuals that witnessed a child being hit or sexually abused, for instance. A more typical example of a call is from a concerned community member, such as a neighbor, who notices that the utilities in the home of the child have been turned off or that children appear to be unsupervised. The call could also come from a teacher who notices that a child is coming to school late or dirty, or hears from the child that there's no food in the home. Traditionally, these families received no further assessment because the legal threshold for abuse and neglect that would allow Family and Children's Services to respond is not met. Now, these families are referred to Pathways to Safety and offered support and services to address the problems they are facing and the underlying causes that may have triggered the call to Family and Children's Services. Depending on each situation and the level of concern, families are either directly referred to a community-based family resource specialist or jointly approached by them together with the Family and Children's Services. A simple referral to a service in the community may change the path this family takes forever. Pathways to Safety has provided a wide range of trainings to our very skilled family resource specialists. These trainings help them work more effectively with families facing substance abuse, family violence, and parenting challenges, and help them do it in ways that are sensitive to the diversity we enjoy in Monterey County. When the family resource specialists engage with families, one of the things they're finding is that there are a number of urgent, pretty basic needs that the families are working their way through. For instance, it's not unusual to come across a situation where a member of the family had to take off work to deal with an unexpected medical emergency. As a result, you have a double whammy. You have an expense that wasn't expected and less money coming in through work, which then sets the family up to possibly not have enough money to make that month's rent. And further, the resources that exist in the community for rental assistance, for instance, are stretched thin.
Being a family resource specialist has been a very rewarding and gratifying experience for me. It feels so good to actually be able to engage a family and assist them with the needs that they have. Sometimes the needs are so basic as they just need counseling. They may need to be linked to a resource where there's activities for the children. And these things really make a huge, huge difference in their lives. So the jobs that the family resource specialists are doing are very important for strengthening the families and keeping the children safe and also keeping the children in the homes. Here is a card that I received from one of the families that I'm working with, a mother and a 14-year-old daughter. The mother was in a custody battle with the biological father, which was traumatizing the child. Traumatizing the child so much the child was unable to sleep in the bedroom by herself when it was dark outside. She would scream and not want her mother to leave her sight. So what I did was refer that family actually to one of the partners of Pathways to Safety, Kate Miller-Balderas, who is a therapist and counselor. And she has worked with the family, linked the daughter to some really good resources, self-confidence group, mentoring with her peers. So everything is working very well. The mother now has full custody. The daughter lives with her. They're doing very, very well. The card reads, "Thank you. Dear Deirdre, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. You are truly a living angel. Where there was once no hope, no end, there is now hope and an exciting future. We are learning about empowerment and love, respect, and our right to our own dignity. We are also using our bookmarks. Thank you again. We hope to see you soon. Blessings and peace." And the daughter wrote, "Thank you so much, Deirdre. I am doing better. I am so thankful. Thanks again. That was really nice of you."
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it undone.
There is a passage in the Bible that basically says that God wants me to go through storms so that I will become who and what I am supposed to be. I never thought I would be here. Drug addiction, jail, and a prison term where I left my oldest son at home and found out I was pregnant with my youngest son a day before I got sentenced to 4 years in state prison was only the wind blowing, maybe a heavy rain. Losing my mother and father within the storm felt like I had to grab onto a tree to anchor me, but the only solace I sought was drugs and alcohol. My family relationships were strained.
Lonely one of young, so broken hearted, traveling down the rigid road of life, using pharmaceutical extractions to find the paradigm.
When I came in contact with a social worker years later, I had become homeless. There wasn't an opportunity like Pathways to Safety in place. I wish there was. I feel like my life would have taken a different turn. I probably would not have had my children removed. Being approached in a non-threatening way and being offered services within my community would have made it easier to succeed. When my children were taken from me, I was using drugs for days at a time. Even after being arrested for attempting to abandon them, I still kept using. I had no idea that I had a disease, the disease of addiction. When I got released from jail, I got arrested again for drug possession. I was told that I was looking at 10 years in prison because I had been to prison before. That was probably the first time that I looked at the fact that I could lose my kids forever. I started to think about how much fun I had giving birthday parties and what I would miss with them growing up. I was alone one day and I started crying and realized that if I kept using drugs that I was going to die. If I lost my kids, I would have wanted to die. I went into residential drug treatment, still very angry at a system that would keep my children away from me. I stayed in that program for 5.5 months. I got humble and grateful. I got a job as a telemarketer to save money to move into transitional housing. My reunification with my children was gradual. I had to work on my recovery, accept responsibility for what I had done to my life, and how my choices affected my sons. When I had a few years of sobriety, the first social worker that had offered me an ear years back called me and said that changes were going to be made in child welfare, and he thought I could be part of the process. I started to go to differential response conferences. I am now a Mentor Mom, a program of Door to Hope McStart. Mentor Moms and Dads helps other mothers and fathers like me navigate the child welfare system to support them in getting their children back. So this is what happens when you pass through the eye of the storm. I get to work with Pathways to Safety that allows me the opportunity to offer support and resources to families that have needs but don't know where to get them met or who to ask. A simple referral to a service in the community can change the path that this family may take. Pathways to Safety meets the families where they feel the most comfortable, in their home. We build on their strengths with the ultimate goal of keeping children safe and families together. Now I understand what the storms were all about. I got to watch my children do amazing things. My oldest son made 6 touchdowns in one football game, and my youngest son is quite the actor-singer. To be able to do this is a gift. I am passionate about Pathways to Safety, not because of my history, but because we can prevent history from repeating itself.
You won't know